Dubai is the definition of lavishness and luxury. Believe it or not, just 50 years ago, this place was just a small town in the middle of the desert. But now, it's the shining star of the Middle East, attracting ballers from all over the world. You've probably seen that dope hotel, Burj Al Arab, shaped like a sickle and built on a man-made island. And let's not forget about the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world that Tom Cruise climbed up in Mission Impossible. That bad boy is a whopping 722 feet tall. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, my peeps. Dubai is just dripping in over-the-top, outrageous, and hella expensive stuff, and you're gonna hear about it all today. But first, let me give you a quick lesson on how Dubai became the hotspot it is today. It's the same way all the other immigrant cities in the United Arab Emirates got rich. Oil, baby! Abu Dhabi, just 90 miles away, is the richest city in the world and sits on 10% of the entire planet's oil supply. That's what launched the UAE into the first world, and millions were poured into Dubai to make it one of the biggest cities in the Middle East. But listen up, today Dubai only gets 5% of its paper from oil, cause their oil reserves ain't as juicy as their neighbors. Dubai gets its bread and butter from trade, real estate, and tourism. It's the business hub of the UAE, and they're still growing strong despite the change in revenue streams. Dubai's population is growing just as fast as its skyline, my man. 1/4 of all cranes in the world are in Dubai. That's right, 25% of cranes are all up in one UAE city. It's like their game plan is just to keep building them skyscrapers. Two of the most famous ones are the Burj Khalifa and the Burj Al Arab Hotel. The Burj Khalifa is more than half a mile tall, bro. It's so freaking tall that at the tippy top, the building can sway back and forth a few feet with the wind. But check it, the architects were smart about it. They designed it so the sway is too slow for the inner ear's balance system even to pick up on. That's some next level stuff right there, unless you're walking around with some sort of interference messing with your balance. The Burj Al Arab is a fly 5-star hotel that's just a few hundred feet off the land. It's the 5th biggest hotel on the planet, and thanks to its dope shape, it stands 56 stories high. They officially call it a 5-star hotel, but some peeps call it a 7-star hotel cause it's just that lavish. But whether it's 7 stars or not is up for debate, cause nobody can agree on who's in charge of rating these luxury hotels. But yo, regardless, this hotel is straight up magnificent. If you want to stay in the royal suite at the Al Arab, it'll cost you over 24 stacks, but you'll be living like royalty for real. The inside of the Burj Al Arab is covered in 24 karat gold leaf. That's about 1,790 square meters of bling, son. But even that can't compare to the breathtaking views of the city and the perfect Gulf. The city's all about them tall-ass buildings and building islands that ain't even natural. They got these two crazy projects, the Palm Islands and the World Islands, that cost mad cash to build. The Palm Islands alone cost $12 billion bucks, and they needed 94 million cubic meters of sand. That's enough to fill up the Empire State Building 2.5 times, dog. And the World Islands, which are shaped like the whole damn world, took 321 million cubic meters of sand and added another 15 billion to the price tag of these man-made islands in Dubai. Ain't nothing like exfoliating in that warm Persian Gulf water, you feel me? But let's switch topics and move on from these man-made islands. Let's talk about the fuzz, homie. Usually cops ain't something you think of when you talking about luxury, but that ain't the case in Dubai, my man. They be using supercars as their patrol rides to impress the tourists. We're talking Ferrari FFs that cost $500,000, Lamborghini Aventadors that go for $400K, and the Aston Martin 177 that costs $1.79 million. Ain't nothing like feeling like James Bond when you pushing the pedal to the metal in one of them bad boys. Shoo, makes you want to take that ride out right now and cruise. But that's just Dubai doing what Dubai does. You know what I'm saying? They ain't messing around when it comes to showing off. But hey, you gotta give them props, cause Dubai is the 8th safest city in the whole damn world. It ain't just their fancy cars that make Dubai safe. The UAE as a whole got some really strict laws thanks to the Islamic constitutional monarchies running the government in the Emirates. They even got some Sharia laws going down in Dubai too. So if you out here on vacation with your girl, don't be getting caught smooching or you might just get deported. But listen, cause of all the damn tourists flooding the place, some parts of Dubai are more lenient, like serving up booze, which ain't gonna fly in a traditional Middle Eastern setup. But in Dubai, they got hotels and clubs where it's all good. And get this, my man, only about 15% of the population in Dubai are Emiratis, while the other 85% are outsiders. And like half of the peeps in Dubai be the ones building them crazy ass skyscrapers, which ain't no surprise, cause have you ever seen how many cranes be up in there? Most of the workers come from India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh, which is where things get a little less pretty in Dubai, if you know what I mean. The gap between the rich and poor in Dubai is straight up huge. Immigrant workers are often living and working in some messed up conditions, while the Emiratis and the wealthy foreigners are living large with big bank accounts. There ain't much in between, that's for sure. But like any country with a division like this, they try to bring the people together with a sport. And in Dubai, that sport is camel racing. Believe it or not, this sport is almost as big as American football in the US. But here's the twist. Instead of using children as jockeys, they're using robots. You heard that right? Robots riding camels. Back in the day, using children led to some serious human trafficking issues in other parts of the Middle East, but not in Dubai. These robots cost some serious cash too, some of them going for up to 10 grand. But enough of that, let's move on. In the future, Dubai is about to go crazy with some wild plans they got cooking. The big boss man, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, just announced they're gonna build a whole climate-controlled area that stretches for 4.3 miles. It's all part of their plan for the Mall of the World, which is gonna be a freaking 48 million square foot monster of a mall. And get this, it's gonna have a retractable dome so they can keep the heat out and make it all nice and cool for the peeps inside. Not only that, but they're gonna have hotels, apartments, roads, and parks all up in there. It's gonna be like a whole mini city, bigger than Monaco and all. Now you might be thinking, why the heck would they do all that? Well, it gets hot as hell in Dubai, like 115 degrees Fahrenheit hot, so a climate-controlled spot makes sense. But then again, it's gonna cost a grip load of cash, like in the tens of billions of dollars. And you know those workers ain't getting paid squat, so it could be even more expensive. The dome itself is supposed to have 100 hotels and service joints with a total of 20,000 rooms. It's a crazy architectural feat. But hey, this is Dubai we're talking about. They never settle for anything less. Dubai has been expanding like crazy, so fast that they never got around to setting up a regular address system. Can you believe it? Until 2015, when you sent a letter, there wasn't even a spot for the address on the label. Instead, people had to draw maps or write out directions. That's wild, right? But now, they finally got their act together and came up with a 10-digit number system for addresses. So, if you're a delivery driver, you gotta have no worries about getting lost anymore. Dubai done stepped up its game. All right, that's it for today. If you liked what you saw, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.